Hello there, and you are there, and I am here. This is Killin Time, a weekly update show, should we call it that, where we just talk about anything going on in the channel, what we have coming up, any corrections that we might need to make, and just in general, just a little chat, really. So, one thing that we will do as well in this is we'll cover comments that have been left on videos. I'm not within the comment section. I don't have any desire to argue with people backwards and forwards all day. I've got enough to do, but I did see, obviously, I think it's probably the best way of dealing with any negative or positive comments. We'll just highlight them weekly in a little section, comment corner, where we can discuss them all and keep the comments coming. You never know, we might discuss yours. So we'll do that today, but yeah, we're just going to give a little update on what's happening and what's coming up. So let's get into it. Firstly, I want to say thank you for all the positive feedback. There was a lot there. I have received a lot on other forums as well, which I greatly appreciate. With that as well, I would say what I've had a couple of people reach out, some new information. Now, although I don't want to go back and do another hour-long video on this case, may serve a purpose to do some updates with some other things that I find out. I want to look a wee bit more into those and come back to you with that. That would be perfect. As I say, there is a lot more to it, and managing to speak to people, not only more people involved in the case itself, but people who've actually done some work on it after the fact as well. Some very intelligent and very knowledgeable people, which has been fantastic. So I would like to do something else there, more so in the respect of the movement itself, because now, as I say, in the video, I have to go back on something. In the video itself, I said I didn't want to make this all about this case, and I still don't, but there is certain elements that involve this case which I think could go a little bit further and is a little bit more interesting, and it's essentially looking at the movement of the kind of innocence, in terms of these killers and whatnot. There's so much more, and every stone I turn over, there's just more and more and more and more. So I really want to look into that. We will circle back around to this. We've got other things coming up, so unfortunately I can't just jump on it straight away. But yeah, I'm definitely circling back around to this one. Definitely. For a couple of reasons. One, it is very interesting and in some places disturbing, which I think needs to be highlighted. In other places, it is, I will be honest, it's not a reaction, but I think certain people make it so that we're going to have to do something here. I think we're going to have to, really, to be honest. Not to say, you made me do it. That sounds a bit childish, but I kind of think, yeah, we need to highlight a little bit of this. So we will be circling back around to this. In what form, I don't know. Maybe some other cases. Maybe I'll look at the movement itself. That's up in the air. As I say, I'm going to speak to a couple of more people, get some more information, and we're back on it. We will come back to this. So if there was anything that piqued your interest in here, please do keep an eye out, because we will come back to this. And I will update weekly on anything I can find that is confirmed before we get that far as well. So if you listen out to any Killin Time updates, there may be something in there. Obviously I'll put it in the description, try and give you a little kind of heads up as well. But we're not leaving this as it is here. Definitely not. Especially not after some of the stuff that I've been finding out. Let's cover comment corner actually, because there's some of it in there. So as we say, comment corner. We'll just have a look at a couple of either negative or positive comments. Highlight them here, that way I'm not having to spend a lot of time in comment sections. I think, yeah, I'm not keeping my face in the phone all day. So if we have a little look at the comment section itself on the video that we've just done. Obviously, we've only got the one. So, what I would say is there's an honorary mention here. Honorary mention. So, Val Young 4104 says, only 2 minutes in, and this is full of inaccuracies. I apologise for getting the words wrong there. Won't be wasting my time watching the rest. If you want to do a podcast, maybe get your facts correct first. Val would go on as well to say that she didn't actually watch the whole video, by the way. So, 2 minutes in. So we looked at 2 minutes in. I thought, wow, how have I managed to make so many inaccuracies in 2 minutes? So I went back and I had a quick listen. So I speak about Jodi's dad committing suicide, the fact that they moved from Mayfield to East Houses, the fact that she went to St David's High, she liked Nirvana, there was a knife pouch, I showed a photo of it. So the first 2 minutes were really filler. Is that like a term? Kind of just to set the scene, so to speak. So only 2 minutes in, and this is full of inaccuracies. I'm only one sentence into your post, Val, and that's full of shite. But there you go. Whatever. Cheers for commenting anyway. Hope you have a lovely day. Thanks for your time, and moving on. So the true star of Comment Corner this week is Derek Edmond, who commented that quite a number of things really. It's kind of hard to really just pick out some. We'll just pick out a couple of, so I made Derek sick to the pit of his stomach. I was a male Jane Hamilton, and in fact, actually, let's address that. Jane Hamilton. How many quotes in the video did I use that came from a piece written by Jane Hamilton? I'll give you time to guess, and we'll cover that at the end of this chat. So, with Derek, he actually said that, as I say, made him sick to the pit of the stomach. He was a close friend of Jodi, which I will like to address, actually. And he, as I say, about my opinions, that spoke volumes. It was just emotive opinions. However, he would then go on to speak about his own theories, which is an opinion, Derek. Hate to be semantic again, but let's not do this. So, as I say, I had to have a look at it because I did think I'd actually offended one of Jodi's friends, but luckily enough, I have been speaking to some friends, and they do confirm that Derek is, of course, a pupil within the school. They don't confirm the friendship, but where does that come from? Does the story change, Derek, or does it change in your eyes? Now, it's either or, because the company that you keep, and let's talk about the company that you keep. Derek is the right-hand team, I believe was the exact words you used, Derek. Right-hand team for Sandra Lean, and has been campaigning for Luke's innocence for a number of years. I do expect to see a lot of people in here defending Luke. Didn't expect to get one of the, I don't know what the word is for you guys, that without sounding derogatory. I really don't, but I'm going to have to. Stormtroopers? Let's say stormtroopers. So I didn't think I was going to get one of you guys in here, but hello. Lovely to meet you, Derek. It was interesting to look into your story and look at some of your claims about, your close-knit friendship. And indeed, it was good to see you give some advice to people as well, and say that, you really shouldn't be saying or giving any ideas about who you think guilty, who might be guilty, because it could prejudice the case, Derek. You're absolutely right. Probably best not come on YouTube and do exactly that thing then, eh? I've got bad allergy, Derek. I'm allergic to bullshit, and I've found a lot of inaccuracies, not only in the innocence. Is it innocence fraud, you guys? This whole movement? But there's a lot in terms of just. It seems the kind of. I'm going to be honest. You don't seem very. You seem a bit silly. You seem that stupid. You probably stay up all night to study for a urine test. Takes you, an hour and a half to watch 60 minutes, kind of thing. But no, absolutely. That's nonsense, Derek. You tell a half story, my friend, and I don't like half stories. So And I will address the half story as well, actually, in this in a wee second. But we are going to cover a little bit more about the whole movement, thanks to people like yourself who want to come on and paint a little picture, not really tell the whole truth, and then besmirch other people. The work that I put at this was involving speaking to people who are friends, not only of Jodi but of the family, and of people that were around Luke, the cadets, that gentleman. Yes, so this didn't come from newspapers. This has taken a lot of time, and this might sound like I'm taking this a bit personally, but I am, because I did actually put a lot of work into this, which some people appreciate and some people want to besmirch for hidden reasons. And your hidden reason, Derek, is the fact that you are an advocate of Luke Mitchell. I've read a lot of things about you said in forums. I believe you're an admin as well for a Luke Mitchell Innocence Forum. Now, you have to take one thing on board. A comment that you said, if you were Jodi's friend and you believed that Luke was guilty, why would you be campaigning for his innocence? Let's address that, okay? I've spoke to Jodi's friends and they think that Luke is guilty. Are they all lying, Derek? Is that the case? Do you think all Jodi's friends think that Luke is innocent, but they just want to keep him in jail? Why? Because they didn't like him at school, Derek? Is that why? Or were the police making them scared when they're all in their 30s? Why are you so brave? Now again, let's not turn this into a total war of words, because I'll be absolutely honest, this doesn't need to go that way. I will, however, be pointing out all the things that this movement do, and I don't know what, as I say, what form that'll take, but it will take a form. Thank you for piquing my interest, Derek. You really have, and I think a lot of people will now have to find out some more things, and that'll be upcoming. So stick with us, guys. Let's see what these guys are really up to. So thanks very much again for all those guys and girls that paid attention and watched the actual video. Left some comments, whether they be positive or negative, to be honest with you. There will be some updates going up, as I say, weekly. We'll have a preview going up for the next video in the next week as well. A total fresh start, something totally different. However, as I say, we will cycle back around to this one because there's a lot of things to discuss in terms of other cases. Not all the people that are involved, you know, and specifically with this case here, but people that we can find links between at the very least. Let's put it that way. As I say, we'll wait till we've got all that there, and we'll discuss that in full, and we will bring the receipts as well, because we don't want to just make accusations. However, as I say, thank you very much. And for those playing along at home, the answer to the question, how many Jane Hamilton pieces were used, is, you guessed it, absolutely none. I don't read Jane Hamilton. I wasn't aware that she reported on anything. Stuff I get, in terms of the quotes, it's from the free library, because you can get a couple of good sources on there that actually talk about the same stories, and that compiles everything in that sense. But I simply didn't just then take that all and compile it. As I say, did speak to people, and I'm continuing to speak to people. And what I would say as well, if there is anyone who has anything they would like to say, whether well, don't get me wrong, that was probably prone to abuse, but if you would, there will be some Twitter action. I'm going to make a little Twitter page and stuff like that for the, I was going to do it a little bit later on when I had a bit more of a back catalogue, so to speak, but I'll start that now because it frees up a little kind of avenue for people to reach out to me, and to be honest with you, it would be a little bit easier than some of the things I do just now. So look out for Twitter. I'll obviously be under what they found on Twitter, and maybe a Facebook or something as well. I don't know entirely what I'm going to do there. As I say, I'm not really across all that stuff, but well, you know, learn how to do some videos, learn how to do social media. Why not? The last thing I'd say, actually, I know we've done comment corner, but just before I actually started recording the video, there was one that I saw from a Sergeant Screwdriver who didn't agree with me, which I totally get. I said, good video. I have to say, I believe Luke is innocent and the conviction is unsafe, and a full review of the case is needed. The poor wee girl deserves the truth. Very sad. Well, whether I say the truth is there, Sergeant Screwdriver, I totally understand we don't agree. and kind of thank you for the fact that, you know, that is a very well worded comment in the respect that you are respectful as well. We don't have to agree, but at the same time we don't have to shout at each other. So thank you very much for that. And with that in mind, going forward on the channel, I'd like to say from here on going forward, I would like to probably coin the phrase, be more like Sergeant Screwdriver and less of a Derek. And maybe we can all get on a little bit better and discuss this a little bit more sanely. However, as I say, we're not going to stick on this every single week. We will update when we do get something worth updating. I'll give you a little heads up, as I say, in the description perhaps, so keep a little eye out for that. The Twitter's coming, previews coming, covered all that. Don't be a Derek. With that as well, I will come back to certain things as well, because I don't think it's very fair for me just to say stuff out of hand and then not follow up on it. So we will come back to everything in a sense, but I don't know when that will be. However, if you do have anything, hit me up on here, hit me up on Twitter, like the video, again, even if it's sarcastic, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.